Await no longer. Greatness has arrived. Welcome to the Trophy Remade PlayStation podcast made by the players for the players. I'm your host, Joseph, and with me, as always, the greatest co-host out there, Kyle. How are you doing?
Doing great, Joe. How are you doing today?
You know what? I'm doing pretty great. And before we introduce our guests for this evening, there are a few people I have to thank, and that comes to the Make Us Better community over at patreon.com/makeusbetter, where you make this possible every single week. And I want to thank Corey Hicks, our platinum executive producer over there at twitch.tv/chicks_18. It's not what it sounds, but it's equally amazing. And Mr. Mark Moody. I'm going to be on his podcast later this week, The Glorious Movie Show. Check that out. And you can find him at youtube.com/outoflives. Our gold executive producers, Shelby Benedict, Tony Baker, Panache Malloy. Our executive producer, Stephen Arfietti, and I know I'm butchering your name, I'm sorry, Joey Splats, Carol Underwood, Dante Bellini Jr., Jared Guthiart, Dude427, Kevin Austin, Joshua Barboni, but I'm going to call him Bloodborne, Tammy Ryan, Robbie Bobby Miller, Tim Olf, Joel Brooks, Martini G, Nasty Boots, David Ray, Jesse Armstrong, and with us now, our new guest, because, you know, PlayStation doesn't like to co-host, crossplay. We're doing the summer of crossplay. We're doing cross-podcast play with none other. He's alive, folks. I've been claiming he's dead for months now. But the guru lives.
Since I started the show.
Since you started here, He's been dead. But Mark Carabin over at the Warp Whistle podcast brought him back to life. We have the Nintendo guru. Bobby, how are you doing?
I am very well. How are you doing?
I'm doing really great, Bob. I'm Bobby.
I know, I'm not talking to you. Kyle, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great, sir.
That's the first time we've talked, and I don't care for this guy. But you're the only reason I showed up. When Joseph asked me if I wanted to be a part of this podcast, I was like, I really don't care to podcast with Joseph anymore. That's why I kicked him off if we ran Nintendo before I went into the grave. And then I was like, oh, Kyle's there. So, yeah, I want to podcast with Kyle.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad that my voice is reaching 6 feet under. And it brought you back out.
Okay, I see how this is.
He heard Kyle's voice and then bam, Guru's arm out of the grave.
Exactly, man. Exactly. No, I'm playing with you, Joseph.
Dude, it's so awesome to have you back. You're already, lighting a fire under my ass. And the reason why I have you on, because you don't like PlayStation, right? So we'll let the audience know you don't care for it. But the reason why I have you on here is because I owe everything to you, Bobby. I love you so much.
Why are you throwing these beliefs,
these facts,
already?
These actual factuals, as our good friend Jonathan.
My tolerance level for PlayStation is very low.
Yes,
that's what I would say.
Okay. Well,
your tolerance level for Nintendo is very low. Tolerance.
I love the Vita too. I love it. It's a great console, Bobby. I'd never said anything.
I got the.
I love this little dumpster on fire we got tonight. So with that, let's get into it. Before we talk shit about each other, I love Bobby. Go check him out, the Nintendo Guru. You know where he is.
Thank you.
Guys, we always start this week with what we've been playing, and I'm going to start with you, Kyle. What have you been up to?
Yeah. This week is a change, Joe. I've actually played some things.
Woo!
Yeah, I'm very excited. Seeing as how Shadow of the Tomb Raider is coming out in next month, actually, now that, tomorrow is August 1st, which is weird. I needed to play Rise of the Tomb Raider, so I popped that in, and I played all weekend. It's fantastic. I wish parts of it was more like Uncharted when it comes to, traversal and... just storytelling and characters. I can already see the plot twist in this game. I already kind of can tell what's going to happen. But I love the open world of it. The different missions, the different collectibles and stuff, and the way you level up is pretty cool. I'm enjoying it.
It's the second game, right?
The second one, yeah, the second in the rebooted Lara Croft.
Because I played the second one for a few hours on the Xbox Numero Uno. Yeah. And I was like, ugh, this is garbage. This is not what it's meant to be played on. I'm going to go wait for the PlayStation version. And now that it's finally here, I'm about to also hop in, but I'm going to play the first game first. So I'm actually thinking about... Should. Yeah, I'm thinking about streaming it this weekend. But what else have you been playing other than Tomb Raider?
Just some stuff on the Switch, a little game called Octopath Traveler that I know you've been gushing about. I'm sure Bobby loves it as well. It's the old school RPG that I've wanted for years. And it's so beautiful, and I love it so much. I I want to play it while I'm at work, but I know that's frowned upon.
You have to watch kids, of course you have.
I mean, they could just watch me play,
That's
and
true.
I can introduce RPGs to them. Like,
you can teach them. You can,
come here.
This is what you do. You turn it into a reading lesson.
Yeah.
You tell each kid, you read this character as it comes up, and then there you go. You're teaching them theater because it's a play, and you're teaching them how to read. So it's a win-win.
And strategy.
There you go.
There you go.
3. I got 3 classes you're teaching these kids.
And you can and you can teach them how to be, prostitutes, and you can teach you how to lure men, which I don't know if that's what you want. Okay, fine. I made that horrible. I'm just gonna jump all over that. I'm gonna jump across to you, Guru. What have you been playing, buddy?
I've been playing Pokemon Go, which is kind of crazy that I went back hardcore into this game. I did when it first came out, and then I stopped, and then I picked it up again, man. I've been playing like every single day.
Wow.
Gotta play. And I'm just enjoying it. I'm loving it a lot. So it's a lot of fun. Fortnite is my jam, dude.
Kyle,
I can't
that's
get
a tally.
I'll
write it down.
Good God. I just can't get enough of this game, man. Last night, I got done doing my editing, got done doing my videos and all that stuff, and then I texted Rybo, and I was just like, Rybo, you want a duo? And he's like, yeah, let's go. So I went out there, put on my Sony Golds, and started doing some voice chat with them through the Switch, and then turned around and just basically did what I could, and then we brought you in. And
we got close.
And you kept dying like right away on me, which is shocking and very disappointing because I expected you to carry me to a victory royale, and you just
all right. Enough of Guru. Back to me. What else you been playing, Guru?
Octopath. I've not a whole lot. I've been playing a little bit of it. I am enjoying it. Mm-hmm. I think I'm gonna put a good amount of time into this game. I just just finished up moving. Yeah. So I'm still in the unpacking process. So I can't dedicate as much time to it as I would like.
It's a good pick up and go. It's to me I pick it up, I play it for 30 minutes, and put it back down.
Yeah. It's just, and you know what? With the beauty of the Switch, how quick it is to get in and out of games, it just makes it the perfect game for that thing.
Yeah. You know what's really crazy too? We'll just get on the crossplay train for a second here. Is I think I referenced it when Luke was on last episode, but nobody really cared about crossplay until we couldn't do it with Nintendo.
It's weird.
Yeah,
I thought the same thing. It's not like this was anything new. You couldn't do it with Xbox.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden, the minute the Switch came into the picture and you couldn't do it there, everybody lost their mind, man. Mm-hmm. And it was this is madness. This is the worst thing to ever. Don't get me wrong. I don't agree with the fact that Sony won't allow it.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
But it's not so much crossplay. That's not.
It's just the progression.
No, yeah. It's the fact of I spent money. I bought characters on my PlayStation, and you're telling me that I bought it through Epic. But I can't come over here and use it. Come on, dude, that's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
And anybody that's going well, that just makes sense because of you bought the thing on the PlayStation.
It doesn't make sense.
Xbox doesn't do it.
Yeah.
And the other thing too is if you're going to do it, you do it across the board. No, if you have an iPhone, you want to go play over there. Guess what? It lets you take it over there. If you have a PC, it lets you take it over there. It's just they're just
being a little greedy.
Obviously have an axe to grind. Yeah. And this is PS3 all over again.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. It's that arrogance all over again. We here at the trophy room, we'll call people out when we see it. We're not like the phonies over at the Xbox driver. It's everything's great.
It's
oh
exactly.
boy, it's real bad.
Don't
even get me started. Yeah, I know. Same here. So for me, I've been playing a game as well. I couldn't get it on the Switch, them Victory Royales, but I will say I got four 2 days ago, 4 Victory Royales.
Wow.
In the best way possible, too. It was insane. There was 3 people left, solo game, and we were all in the storm, we were all running to get out. I see one guy just drop right next to me, and the guy that's behind me is out of bullets. He misses every shot, and he just tries to toss grenades at me to try to cling them on me. And right as one's about to hit me, I turn around, build a wall, and then he just dies. And the wall explodes, I don't get hit, and I live, and I have 5 health, and it's Victory Royale. I was like, This is why this game's amazing.
Can I tell before we get into? Can I tell Kyle the story that I told on the Nintendo PlayStation podcast earlier this week?
Absolutely.
So I was playing with Joseph and Rybo, and I do this thing where, and I was doing it last night. It was driving them crazy. I don't land. I put a marker up, but I won't land where the marker is. I kind of deviate just a little bit to the next house over or a couple of houses down, and I'll go rummage that place because where they're at, they're going to eat it all up before I can even breathe.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to have any weapons. So I figure if I go over here by myself, at least I'll get a handgun or something, you know? So we're going down. I forget exactly where it was, but that mansion that's next to it. It's the Wilderness Lodge.
Bruce Manor, yeah.
Yeah. But I went to Wayne Manor, not Bruce.
Sorry.
I went to Wayne Manor, and don't ever disgrace Batman like that.
Sorry,
and then I see I'm going to go over there, right? And I go over, and I hear Joe go, "Hey, Bobby, you didn't land with us." I'm like, "Nah, I figured I'd come over here and pick some stuff up." Okay, well, we're going to head towards you. I'm like, "Okay," and then all of a sudden I hear footsteps.
Yeah,
and I'm like, "You're here, right, Joseph?" And he's like, "I'm not there yet," and I'm like, "There's someone here," and this is early on in my Fortnite level gaming, and I suck. Like I couldn't kill anything.
That's currently me.
Yeah, and I'm like, guys, there's somebody here, and this dude comes running up the steps and starts lighting me up, and drops me to my knees, right? And I'm like, guys, I'm dying, and all of a sudden, it's like someone just kicks the door down. This guy has me one more shot, and I'm dead. This is legit. One more shot, I'm dead. All of a sudden, the guy drops. Joseph headshots. Jumps, they climb up because he's building as he's running in the door. Jump over the railing, right? The guy's crawling. The guy crawls into the bathroom, right? And he goes, "Rybo, get Bobby." And Rybo comes over and he starts giving me help. And then all of a sudden, Joseph's going, "Oh, you want to pick up my friend, huh? You want to do this? Here, do me a favor. Hold this." And he throws a sticky grenade on him. and boom, the whole bathroom blows up. That dude's dead. I laughed so hard, dude. I'm like, man, if that was any time to be streaming, that was it. That was the perfect moment. That's the funniest thing about playing with him because he always talks to the people, even though they can't hear him. Yeah. He's talking to them. It's funny.
We have one rule about when we play Fortnite. We need to get these kids pregnant. That's all it is, right? We got 99 kids land on an island. My job is to impregnate every one of these kids with my bullets. That's it, you know? With that, that's enough story time.
Before we move on, Joe, I have a question. To Bobby as well. Have you guys tried the playground mode? Have you messed around with that
at all? A lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Is it? Yeah. It's just basically like base building and dicking around.
Yeah,
right?
pretty much. And it's it's great for a lot of people who are starting to do 1v1s as well.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. It's actually really cool, and a lot of people now, because of that, are calling for a 1v1 mode to start. Yeah,
they do have it now. That's what I was talking to you and Rybo about last night. It's called Showdown or something. Showdown.
That one it's still 1 versus 100, but it's whoever's number one on the leaderboards gets like 1 million V-Bucks or something. But you know what, guys?
Really?
Yeah, this is not the Fortnite podcast.
It needs to be, because I'm done talking about PlayStation. Let's stay on this.
Well, I got the first bit of news, and I'm gonna actually lead in with this because it's the breaking news. Rumor was last night that GameStop was going to be discontinuing their Elite Pro card. So if you guys don't know, apparently not a lot of you guys did. GameStop had 3 types of tiers of cards. They had a free one where you get points on everything you buy. And everybody knows the infamous Pro card where they give you the Game Informer, the 2 free game, or the buy 2 get 1 free pre-owned, the discounts for used games, and the also bonus 10% you would get on your trades. They then had a $29.99 card, and it was it wasn't very good, to say the least. It premiered less than a year ago, and what it really did was give you double points and give you an extra 10% on your trades and an extra 10% off of your pre-owned games. Now
I think it had a collectible thing too, right?
Yeah, collectible offers as well. Now
it allowed you that if a store was a prestige store, once a month you could go in there and you would get an additional like 20% off the store, which we'll get into that in a minute.
So with that, we talked about a few episodes back how GameStop has been in a bit of a trying time. They were looking for buyers, and now with this Elite Pro card essentially dissolving, just like how Best Buy's rewards card did, just like how Amazon's pre-order incentives of like, hey, come pre-order this game, get 20% off, that's slowly going the ways of the dinosaur. What is your first thoughts when you hear this bit of news? I'm going to go with you, Bobby.
Well, first off, I think it's a bunch of BS that they literally told me, like at 1:51 in the afternoons when I get the email. So I'm in the middle of work. I can't just leave and go to GameStop to renew. Plus, not even to mention, like I just got this thing like a few months ago. So like I got it a few months ago, and now you're telling me like in a year it's dead, and it's like I don't know. I don't feel like you said, I don't think it did anything great for you. I mean, it gave you a little bit of a bump on your trade-ins and when you bought stuff used. I don't buy used stuff. Never have bought a used game unless it's the very last and I can't find it anywhere. Yeah. I always buy brand new. The other thing too was like my biggest issue with it, and I even on surveys I wrote, I put it on there, like, why is it that if I'm an Elite member, that store has to be a prestige store in order for me to get a discount? So I'm being punished because they can't do their job. Right. And it's like, that to me is an issue. And it's like, I don't believe in that. Like if I'm paying you for this top tier thing, I shouldn't have to hunt
for a top tier store. For
a top tier store. Like that's ridiculous, you know? So, but I think that it's, I think ultimately the big picture is, I think a lot of these companies are just looking at it as, well, why are we giving these guys discounts? They're going to buy the games off us anyway.
Right.
So why are we giving them a discount? And then, you know.
Well, I think it's, I mean, the discount is, I think it's the incentive of buying physical, right? It's like digital, we hear it every year. It's growing by larger margins year in, year out. You see digital is consuming everything. Like, as much as, like, I know you love physical media, Bobby. I mean, just look behind you if you didn't know.
Yeah.
Like, I love physical as well. But we have to come to the facts of, like, yeah, no, this is going. And if you're a brick-and-mortar store, what do you do to survive? So, before I get into that part of the question, Kyle, what was your relationship with GameStop and the Pro card and the Elite Pro? Did you own it? Like, what are your thoughts about it being?
Yeah, I've been a Pro member for years, since I was old enough to go there myself and sign up myself. So when they did the Elite Pro thing last year, I was like, oh, that's cool. I'll get a bonus on stuff that I'm already going to buy anyway.
Yeah.
And more points or whatever. So obviously I'll do it because I'm in there all the time. I do agree with Bobby, though. I think they're thinking, along with Best Buy and Amazon, we're going to buy the games regardless. So why take a hit on them if they're going to make more money if we're going to buy it anyway? And I think it was a great idea in practice, where they're trying to incentivize you to come in and spend more money. But they were trying to, like, it's like when you have a dog and you're trying to show him a toy over here, but the treat's on the other side of the room. Yeah. Like, oh, here's some discounts on collectibles and stuff, and all these other things that not many people go to GameStop for. Yeah. I know GameStop is now like a glorified, almost
Hot Topic Spencer's.
Hot Topic, yeah. Like, there's more collectibles than games, at least in my local one.
Yeah, but you know what, man? I gotta tell you, like, I love, like, Joseph, we were just talking about the Chain Chomp lamp that I have back here, and I love it, that the fact that I can get these things.
Oh, yeah.
Because they have these quirky things that you can't get anywhere else. I do love that for that aspect of it, but some of it's just like, it's too much.
You want to hear something? It's going to carbon date myself, Bobby. I know you're accustomed to this.
Son of a bitch.
One of my first weeks working at GameStop was when they revealed the Pro card. When they revealed here's the free card, here's the Elite card, and I'm just like, okay. So like, my relationship with GameStop is kind of twisted because as a person who used to work there, it is to me, and I know I worked in the tri-state area, and the tri-state area GameStops and districts there are very competitive, and they're also known to be very toxic inside. So I know if you're living out in like Massachusetts or like Iowa, for the 5 people that live there. Sorry, Iowa, but it's true. For all the potatoes out there, everybody loves GameStop over in the rural areas. So I understand that like the internet loves to burn GameStop, and I know I had a bad experience because they fired me because I gave a Skylander to an autistic kid because I have a heart and because he was really excited and he couldn't have that, and I was just like, just take it. But whatever, that's fine. So like I know I have a damaged relationship, but I don't want to see GameStop go under. Like I still shop at GameStop. Like the times where I'm like burn GameStop to the ground, I'm like, well, I regret saying that. It's just a thing everybody says because what
the thing with GameStop is regardless of what people say about them, they're bad. They go after a lot of the cool, especially with Nintendo. Like they seem to get a lot of this exclusive collector's editions of things and all that. And I like that because they care about gamers. You know what I mean? Like obviously because that's their bread and butter. So it is what it is. My thing with pre-orders and all that stuff is, where we used to get the pre-order bonus and stuff, like I'm done with pre-orders. I've kind of moved into that mentality of I'm going to digital order everything. Just because Amazon put a really sour taste in my mouth, man. They can't hit a release date to save their lives.
Seriously.
Like the game is supposed to launch on Friday, and people aren't getting it till Monday, and that's just nonsense.
And God forbid you're out there living in the UK. Like I think I remember like Nasty Boot saying he was like, I'm waiting for like my copy of like Xenoblade, and it's been like a week and a half. It's like, well, how? How?
Yeah.
Like in Amazon itself, like we just like the revelations are coming. It's like, oh, what happens when you have a monopoly on the marketplace?
Everything.
You treat your employees like shit. Like so it's like Amazon's no better than GameStop. And a lot of people like to trash GameStop, but the one thing I'll say is they're in the position they're in because they're good at what they do. Like, yeah, they're going under, but let's be honest, they survived EB Games, right? They bought them out. They beat Best Buy multiple times. They're even surviving Amazon. Like, so to say and to sit there and it's easy to go, oh, I hate their employees harass me to get the pre-order. You don't have to pre-order it. It's not like they have a gun to your head. Don't pre-order it.
Yeah.
Like they're there for a reason. Oh, you don't like the trade-in value? Like I get it. The memes are hilarious, but like you don't like that you're getting $7 for Madden? Go on Craigslist. I've said this. I got yelled at. Like, you don't understand. People yell at me and speak vitriol at
I'm with you. I used to work there. I know your pain.
And so, like, and I literally told one person, go to Craigslist. Like, why are you here? I literally said, the reason why I'm paying you this is because I can. Yeah. Like, it's because we have 80, and I'm not even kidding you, 80 Guitar Heroes in the back. That's why we're giving you 50
That would be
cents
my
for
excuse
this.
Every time someone brought in like an old Madden. I was like, do you understand we have like 100 Madden 08s in the back that
do you understand that
no one's buying?
When Madden comes out, we get at least 200 trade-ins of previous Maddens.
Yeah.
Like, so what you're doing is when you're trading in at GameStop, first off, don't. But secondly, you're getting that value because you're taking the easy way out.
It's an economic thing. It's supply and demand.
Yeah,
if we have a lot of
guys.
Yes.
Guys. I'm a Nintendo fan here.
Oh,
I don't have these problems.
You don't have them because you're not there, or when they are, they're like
Nintendo games hold their value.
They do, and that's
they really do.
I'm
joking, but
they
really
do.
Yeah.
They like get $40-$50 every single time on the games. I could go in there tomorrow and get $40 for Odyssey.
Yeah,
and not even blink an eye at it. You know what I mean? Like they really do hold their value.
So when I take a look at like this Elite card, you can see that I don't think it's necessarily because GameStop is dying. I think GameStop is in hot water or in lukewarm water. It's starting to heat up, and they're understanding it. They're not like the toad that is Best Buy going, "What's happening?" Like everything's normal, right? To me, it's they know what's going on. They're trying to outlast. Like that's why they're more Hot Topics or Spencer's like for video games than actual games because they know the tide's shifting. And so when I look at this card, it probably didn't push the needle the way GameStop thought it should have. And so they're just discontinuing it because they're probably either A, losing money, or B, not making enough money out of it. Not enough people care about it. And they know that, look, like, I remember when I was working there, like 80% of all physical games are bought out of GameStop. And now that probably has gone down over the recent years, but there's still probably somewhere in the 40 or 50% of all physical games are bought through GameStop, right?
And I think that also has something to do with, like, you walk into a GameStop as opposed to like a Target or a Walmart where the games are behind glass cases, where you can actually go into a GameStop and take a case off the shelf and kind of look at the back and read about it. That's something that major chains don't really do. And like if you buy online on Amazon, you just get to read the text. You don't get to, hold it and see the fine print. Or sometimes the instruction booklet is still inside. You can thumb through that. Like, there's something special about that.
Yeah. So last week, and I apologize to everybody, we usually have a segment on the show, and I think during this conversation, I think it's fitting to have this. We know that Shuhei Yoshida might be the president of first-party games, and he's crushing it over there. Let's be honest with you. Miyamoto, who? I know. But we also know that Shuhei, behind the scenes, not just runs PlayStation, doesn't just run Sony. He might as well be the fucking Illuminati. Let's call it what it is. Shuhei is the omnipotent one, and so he probably runs GameStop as well. So with that said, now if I was Shu, how do we fix this situation with this Elite Pro card? If I'm Shuhei Yoshida, which is now the new CEO of GameStop because he just is, what are some changes you would make to the lineup of your card system? I'm gonna go first one, Bobby. How would you fix this?
It reminds me of a show I do. And I got this show called If We Ran Nintendo. Huh. So it sounds very familiar. So I'm used to running companies. I get this. I understand. It's good that you brought this up now. Exactly. Now, you know what, man? I think that the whole Elite thing is I don't think GameStop was making a whole lot of money off of it.
Right.
It wasn't doing what they originally thought it was going to do for them. I think the other perk was, didn't you get free 2-day shipping if you spent like over $50 as an Elite member or something like that?
Yeah.
But anyway, I think that ultimately they looked at it and was like, well, we're not really doing well. And if we want to entice people to buy, we need to like trim the fat on some of these things. So if they go to a Hot Topic, I'm just going to use them because they were rumored to be in the market to buying GameStop at one point. Sure. So if they go to Hot Topic and they're like, hey, this is where it is. Oh, but this thing's not making money. Why? Oh, no, it leaves in a year. So you only have to honor it for a year, and then it's gone. It makes it more appealing to these companies. I think that's why they're doing what they're doing. But ultimately, I feel like if you want to, they're so worried about losing everything. I think they're kind of in a bad business at this point. It's one of those things where they're a blockbuster. You know what I mean? Like, you see the train, you're standing on the tracks, you see the train coming, and it's like, how the hell do you get out of here quick enough so you don't get killed? And sadly, that's what it boils down to for them.
So what you're saying right now, Bobby?
I'm saying this, if I'm Shu, I'm just telling all the employees, like, your time is numbered. Like, there's really nothing you can do.
Yeah. So this is a Batman Begins moment where Shuhei Yoshida's Batman, GameStop's Liam Neeson, and he's just like, I don't have to save you, and he's jumping out of the train and taking his golden parachute with him. All right.
I just don't know what you can. I mean, honestly, I just don't know there's anything that they can do to save themselves. I think it's kind of one of those things where it's out of their hands. It's one of those situations where only way look they tried to make games themselves and make them exclusive to GameStop. That didn't work. Yeah. They're in a situation of like, what do you do without going to like a Nintendo or Sony or Xbox? There's nothing they can do. Everything they've tried to do is disappearing. They're up against a wall that, like, as digital games become prevalent and the most powerful thing for the consumer to buy, they're just losing ground, and there's nothing they can do.
They also tried digital. They tried their own type of platform, and it just didn't work. What about you, Kyle? Do you think all hope is lost? Or do you think you're going to pull a Harvey Dent and the light's at the end of the tunnel?
No, I think it's only a matter of time at this point. Which it makes me sad because, like you mentioned, we're all physical media people. I enjoy seeing games on my shelf, but that train of the digital games and digital systems are coming faster and faster, and it's only a matter of time. But if I was Shu and I wanted to like throw like a last Hail Mary for the card, I would. I don't agree with it, but I could see them being like, hey, all pre-order bonuses now are only for Elite Pro members. So in order for you to get a pre-order bonus, you have to get our card, which I don't agree with, but I could see them having another huge incentive for.
It sounds like a suit idea for that, right?
Yes,
like,
absolutely.
If it was me, if I was you running GameStop, I would actually do something similar to entice people to keep buying physical. Is have pre-order bonuses. Like, hey, if you're pre-ordering this game, if you have this game pre-ordered and you're trading in stuff, you get an additional bonus points.
Another bonus
for trading it towards that game. Or you do take the hit and go, hey, if you pre-order this game, you get an extra $5 off. Like something, because I think if you're GameStop, you can't just wait until the water comes, right? I think you have to try to be proactive. And I think the number one thing, if I was GameStop, is know your strength. You can have great customer service. I think the GameStop's biggest fault is they need to give hours to more stores. They need to close down. First off, they need to close down stores, especially in the tri-state area. Guru knows this. I'm in the tri-state area. There's 5 GameStops around me, 20 minutes away. Like it's huge. So to me, I think you have to close some GameStops that don't make enough money, and with those employees, give them a chance to go to other stores. Use those hours to actually give customer service. You are a physical store. Your biggest strength should be customer service, and that's your weakest area. It's your weakest area. So I think that's
because the problem is rather than educating the employees on the product that they're selling, they push them to sell additional stuff, sell pre-orders, sell this gamer's card and all that stuff. I agree. I agree with the cutting of the stores, man. Like I literally there's 2 stores within 2 miles of each other where I live, and one's in the mall and one's on the outside. Like every store that has a mall store, across the street is one that's outside the store, and it's like, what in the hell?
Dude, there's one where there's like 3 mall GameStops, like literally like right next to each other, and every midnight they go to a TGIF Fridays. All 3 of them, like, here, all convene at this TGIF Fridays, and we'll give you the games out of vans. I'm like, what the fuck?
At my local mall, we had a GameStop and EB Games in the same place, and then, like you said, Bobby, across the street there was another GameStop. So there's 3 right there. Like, it's insane.
Ridiculous.
Makes no sense. Let's get to the next thing. Let's move aside from this. And we have
support Nick Militia.
Yeah, please. Oh yeah, go to Next Level Games if you're in the South Jersey area. Seriously,
that's the good stuff,
dude. That guy had me, dude. He's freaking hilarious and a great store. With that though, we're gonna unlock a new segment right here on the show called "What is this? A school for ants?" PlayStation hosts a camp to inspire girls to become leaders in gaming, and it's called Girls Make Games. And this is a quote, and I know this sounds weird, but I'm getting this from CNBC. It's like one of their local things, but I thought, A, slow news week, but B, this is awesome and inspiring. The camp is part of a San Jose-based program, Girls Make Games. The program's goal is to inspire girls to become the next big designers, creators, and engineers in the gaming world while encouraging them to be anything they want to be in the process. This was awesome because we saw literally like these kids are like 7, 8, 9, and they're programming games for the PlayStation. And like the games don't look half bad. The ones that I was seeing, the B-roll, it actually was like, holy crap! And this little girl's like describing her RPG and what an RPG is, and it gave me hope.
Yeah,
it gave me hope. Kyle, when you first saw this, God, A, what was the feeling you got? And B, why does this story matter?
Oh my God. I was so happy when I saw this. Yeah. I talk about them a lot, but my nieces are like my entire world. So to have a hobby of mine reach out to make the future brighter and better for girls for gaming and to promote individuality and do what you want to do type of attitude, I am all about that. And it's nice to see, much like I'll give props over to Microsoft right now, much what they did with their adaptability controller for people who have disabilities. This is right up there with a great move by PlayStation to include more people and to, promote more unique views in the medium that we all love. Yeah. Like PlayStation has so many strong female-led characters in games. Ellie, Aloy, Elena, Uncharted. They're all very strong female characters, and it's nice to see that they're going to continue to promote it. It's awesome.
Nadine, Chloe, all these dude, strong, awesome fucking leads that kick ass, and it's awesome to see that they want to kind of carry that over to the engineering side of things. Yeah. What about you, Bobby? What feeling does this give you in your chest? Why does this matter so much?
I don't care. No, I'm just kidding. No, I think no, seriously, I think that no, you know what? It gives women the opportunity, I feel, to be like, hey, there is an opportunity for me here. There is a chance that I could do this, where it also makes them feel like I'm not invading a man's world. Like this school is set up for women. And it kind of loosens those barriers a little bit and gives them that confidence, because then eventually it starts to become where it's just second nature. Yeah. And it's like, it doesn't matter, you're a guy or girl, you're just going to go to school to learn this stuff. And that's just how it is. And so I think it also puts it in a female's mind that, like, hey, this is an option. Yeah. This is a legitimate option, and they want me to do it.
Yeah, and this is for me, and it's not just my brother's thing, but it's my thing too. To me, the reason why this matters so much is there's so much bullshit in gaming when it comes to females trying to just make it in the industry. Like I was listening to Alana Pierce, and she's talking about one of the reasons why she left IGN, and one of them was she was doing a news show. And Alana writes, she's an incredible writer, and she's a great brain when it comes to, gaming. And she's just like, I get it. I'm a pretty girl. And they just, put me in a chair for B-roll, and they just had all these cameras on me, and they didn't care about the content I was making when they were doing this TV show. They just cared that I'm a pretty face, and I'm here sitting down playing a game. And I can't wait for that day when I'm, what are you, Bobby? 78, 90? And I'm seeing all these kids. I'm seeing all these kids yeah, I'm not questioning if you're a gamer, if you're a pretty girl or not, or just a girl and you're playing a game, right? Like, it annoys me when I see all these people like, oh, you're not a real gamer, you're a chick. Gaming's for dudes. I'm like, that's such a stupid way of looking at it. Mm-hmm. What type of jaded asshole do you have to be to even think that way? I mean, you could think, oh man, that girl's very pretty and she's playing a game, but just because I think that girl's attractive who's streaming that one game doesn't mean that, well, she's pretty, she obviously not a gamer. Obviously not. No, it's so this is awesome, and it's breaking down those barriers, and it's hopefully inspiring a new set of awesome creators out there. And with that, I also do want to end it on this note. It's awesome what you said earlier. The Xbox adaptive controller. Like my sister-in-law doesn't know I'm going to be getting that for her. She doesn't. Her arm. She has a very rare disease that, like, you pinch her, she feels like someone's punching her arm. So I'm getting this for her so she can start. She's not a gamer, but she can start doing other things and just like watch TV, because that's like seriously sometimes all the things that she can do. So I applaud Labo as much shit as I give it, because hey, like, if you're a kid, you could go and create something if you're that innovative mind of yours, right? Like, you can spark creativity, and this is equally awesome because it's giving kids a way and just an audience that wouldn't be to enter into gaming. So with that, I want to get to our next topic, and that is that developers are releasing Vita games with easy trophies so that a lot of people buy them. This is a topic that we've touched on in the past, and a lot of people do. I want to talk because there's some Vita games like what is it, like 1,000?
Picture puzzle something.
Yeah, picture puzzle. Tap the Mayo. Like all these like stupid games just to get platinum trophies. I want to know, Kyle, when it comes to the platinum trophy situation, when it comes to just creating games to make a platinum, for people to just get a platinum for your PlayStation, where do you stand on those games? Do you think they're stupid? Do you think they should exist? What do you feel about them, like people buying them? Like, do you think this is stupid? Do you think they should exist? I don't know. You tell me.
I do think they're stupid, but again, I will not sit here and say I have not bought My Name is Mayo and gotten that platinum because I was in a trophy war with some friends, so I had to get that platinum. Yeah. I don't. If a developer wants to do that, that's fine, but I think it's up to PlayStation to have some sort of quality control.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, this does not deserve to be on PSN. Like, or a platinum trophy. If you just want to put it out there for $1 and it has no trophies, it's just something mindless you do, totally fine. But the fact that that has a platinum trophy and some other real games don't have a platinum trophy and they have just a bunch of bronzes and stuff, that's an issue in my eyes. Like actual great games, like I believe the first Pac-Man Championship Edition did not have a platinum. I could be wrong in that one, but some of those downloadable PSN games that are so great don't have a platinum, and they make it seem like it's so hard for them to get that honor that, hey, my game is worth a platinum. But you have shit like dollar games or whatever, then they have it.
And it's ridiculous. Yeah, so I want to throw this over to you, Guru, because the Nintendo eShop kind of suffers from this as well, and like even Nintendo going, hey, in the future we want 20 to 30 indie games a week, right? Like on the Switch. What do you feel about these? Like, let's be honest, a lot of them half-baked ports just entering the eShop. Do you think there needs to be some type of quality control?
Well, of course there needs to be a quality control. That's a given. Like it's going to turn into Steam where it's just like there's so much crap there and you can't figure out heads or tails of things. Yeah. But that said, when I was at E3, I was out to dinner one night with Colin Moriarty and Jules Watcham. And as they were talking about Jules' game Mutant Mudds. And Colin said, "Oh, I love that game." He said, "There's only one problem with your game, no platinum." And Jules was like, "I know, I didn't do it." He goes, "I didn't realize that. All you have to do is just ask for a platinum, and they'll give it to you." So there is no like code of conduct for that. You just have to ask for it, and they'll give it to you. And I think there should be a code of conduct. There should be something that says like you need to earn this platinum because it's a prestige status to have. If your game is just cheap and garbage, and it's just a matter of like. So what was the one that Greg and I were playing? Taco?
What would you call something that's garbage? Is it cold garbage in the winter?
Hot trash in the summer. Thank you. But it's so it's just a matter of asking for it, and I feel like they should say like, hey, you need to do this, and this in order to get it. And they don't, and that's a sad thing because it's like people making Vita games. Because here's the thing, they know that there's a Vita crowd that are rabid for Vita games, especially like since Sony's basically said like we're done making physical games and all that stuff for it. So they have that. They know they have this rabid crowd that's paying attention to it, and then you throw on top of it like most PlayStation gamers are rabid because of trophies. Yeah. So they know they have. I mean, look at the name of the show. You know what I mean? Like it's all about trophies and garbage. And so at the end of the day, like it's just a matter of they're playing to the people to try to get them to spend money, even though you're buying a trophy. Essentially, is what it boils down to. But they don't care, and that's where Sony needs to step in and go, no, this isn't going to happen. Yeah, like you need something with it.
To me, it is like you need. This is damage control. Like you need damage control because even with the no shop is perfect. I need to stress that right off the bat. Like Steam is the poster child of what you don't want because Steam, hundreds of games come out every single day, and they get lost in the shuffle. Half of it is shit shovelware, and the one thing that I don't want is for the eShop, is for the Xbox. What is it? What do they call it? The dumpster where all the games are. Game Pass. Look, you got 100 plus games. I don't want that for Xbox. I don't want that for PlayStation. The great thing about these ecosystems is that they're closed. You have the opportunity to go and I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this, and kind of like weed out the garbage. Just weed it out. You need some type of criteria for people making games, you know, and for them to meet it. Because I feel like if you have a truly great game, yes, it will stand out from the crowd. But if you have a truly great game, you know, PlayStation's gonna look at it and go, "Wow, that's awesome. Let's advertise that." If you have a truly great game and it's lost in the shuffle of all these hundreds or 20 or tens of whatever, the dozens of games coming out a day, you know, it's just like, yeah, next one. They don't feel special. And what the Vita needs desperately is some type of you're playing a Vita because of the games you're playing, not because the game's getting you a trophy, right? That's what I feel like. It needs some damage control. You don't want the Path of the White Tiger or Black Tiger, whatever it was called.
Oh God, no, that's awful.
You don't want Troll on your eShop. You know, it's just the simple things, and I don't like this. I don't think those games should exist. I don't think they should be there. At the end of the day, it is a free market, and people will buy it, and it looks like they are. But I just don't feel like, at the end of the day, aren't you missing the point of what a platinum is? It's about the achievement, right? You know, it's about, whoa, I 100%ed Horizon Zero Dawn. I love that game. That's why the only games I platinum are games I truly, truly love. So, like, I love Horizon, I'm platting that. I love God of War, I'm platting that, right? You know, Uncharted, fucking good luck. But like,
Last of Us.
But that's the other side of it too. Some of them are way too damn hard to get.
Absolutely.
Like, some of them just take it to that. I don't want to play through 3 or 4 times in order to get something. Like, that's ridiculous, you know?
Yeah. There needs to be
before we move on.
Yeah. Please.
I'm sorry, Joe, to cut you off.
No,
I should have asked this earlier, but Bobby, as a Nintendo person, is an achievement system or trophy system something that you feel Nintendo is lacking, or something you want?
To me, it doesn't play the games to enjoy the games. I'm not about the metagame that's within. Like, that's what, to me, that's basically what a trophy system is. It's a metagame within the game to kind of like, you're playing 2 games. I want to enjoy the story and the fun, and then after I beat it, if I want to go back and go do extra stuff, then that's on me. But like a prime example is Mario Odyssey. So I want to go beat Mario Odyssey, and then if I want to go do stuff because I want to go do it, that's fine. But I don't want something hanging over my head going like, hey man, you didn't really complete this game because you didn't get every single trophy. Yep. And by the way, here it is. It's you know, go do something crazy. Like, I don't want to do like they did that with Breath of the Wild. Like that damn Kurok seeds. Like, who the hell wants to go get 900 things to get a golden turd? Like, really, man? That's what you're. No. And that's ultimately what. Now, don't get me wrong. From a Nintendo fan looking at it from the business side, I know it's a home run for Nintendo to do it. Yeah. I don't know why they haven't done it yet, because I know there's a lot of Sony fans that haven't jumped completely 100% in because they can't trophy hunt.
And I'd be honest, I'm one of those people. I find myself not really playing my Switch games as often as usual because I like having that feeling of an achievement after I do something cool in a game. Yeah. And they do have them, and they're kind of, some games have them like in the menus. Like I think Odyssey has some of those.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but Odyssey does. Odyssey, when you beat the game, you go to the castle, Toadette gives you that list of stuff, and that's kind of like a trophy. I'll be honest with you. When I saw that list, I thought to myself, this is Nintendo getting ready to go that direction.
Yeah.
And they didn't, but you know, who knows?
Yeah. Hey, you know what, guys? And I want, because this is an audio podcast, of course. And so if you're in your car, I want you to picture Skycam, right? You're in the Mojave Desert. You're somewhere in New Mexico, an undisclosed location, and the camera is panning down to a mountain. And what appears to be on that mountain is a secret evil lair. And in that secret evil lair, as the camera keeps panning down, you see a boardroom of just the worst evil people. And there's a chair that is facing away from the camera and slowly turns, and you see the devil himself, Blake Jorgensen, the CEO of EA. That's right. Today we're going to talk about Satan.
What the hell? Why do you hate EA so much?
I don't hate them. Everybody else does. So this news story is EA is considering a free-to-play battle royale game, and so let me just say these quotes, and we'll start talking here. We're interested. This comes out of Blake's mouth. We're interested in experimenting with a free-to-play standalone game that might be in a shooter genre or another genre, Jorgensen said. But I don't think that's how we're looking at Battlefield right now. They're talking about Battlefield 1, possibly their battle royale game being maybe a spin-off and going, just out of the Battlefield realm and going free to play. He then says, we're looking into key franchises in terms of how we deliver cross-platform play in a similar way that Fortnite has, especially some of our titles that have broad and diverse player bases. And then he said the ability to bring PC to mobile to console, and bring family and friends together. I think that's an important part of the future of development of the profile. Expect more from us in front of that in the future. Okay, all that spiel aside, if I was Blake Jorgensen, and I'm going to call this segment The Devil You Know, what's an EA game that makes the most sense? Because to me, I actually think if you're going to do a Battle Royale game, there's two options for you, because you already have assets for one. What's that?
There's one option. Okay,
Bob.
Star Wars, man.
You got me. Oh my god.
There's no other option. You take the biggest franchise in the world, and you throw that on there. If you already screwed the pooch on it, with Battlefront, like you might as well just say, you know what, we're going to make this a battle royale game, and that to me would be the answer. I don't think there's any answer. Oh my god! I don't think there's any other answer around. Like if you were to create a world where you had like different, like if you think about the Fortnite map, right? Yeah. And you think about like you have, especially now they kind of diversified it where you have like the desert and all this different stuff. If you were to take it and you were to say like, here's like a Dagobah system and here's a Hoth system and and it's all in the same map, and as you go in, the climates change and the things happen and all. I think people would freak out.
I would even like it where it's everyone's a bounty hunter, and you have to go collect a bounty, and if you die, then the other person takes that bounty and tries to deliver it. Like that would be dope.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yo, yeah, and you get to customize your own Mandalore, dude. Yeah, no, Star Wars, and to me, I because of all the fuck ups with Battlefront. Let's be honest, it's not the game I ever wanted. Battlefront 1 lacked content. Battlefront 2, man, I can go for an hour talking about how that game screwed the pooch. I think the perfect way of bringing it back is go, hey guys, we've got this all wrong. You guys love Battle Royale, and there's no denying that. What do you also love? We've partnered up with Disney to bring you Battlefront 3. And it is completely free to play. It is completely in the Star Wars universe. Let's forget canon. Let's have fun with Star Wars. Because the one thing that I feel like Battlefront did wrong was, I love how it tried to stick to the canon, but the one thing that it consistently did wrong was it didn't have fun with itself. Like, yeah, we want a pink Darth Vader, right? Be able to, hey, how about instead of you having a fucking loot crate in the middle of the map, you get a power up to become Darth Vader, right? We saw that with Fortnite with Thanos. Like, dude, that was awesome. Have those weekly events or monthly events where today we're fighting Darth fucking Vader, and like that would be incredible to have.
Yeah, you just go around and you find like a piece of something that makes them that character. Like Thanos is the gauntlet, Vader's helmet.
You're collecting Sith holocrons, right? Look at Luke Lord got real excited right there. Like you're like, how awesome would it be? You're like now Darth Revan. It's like, what is going on? Yeah.
So let me ask you a question.
Yes.
The biggest battle royale game is still PUBG, correct?
No, it's Fortnite.
There's more players on Fortnite than PUBG.
Yes, I know, Bobby.
Okay.
You deal with all the radio. You don't know what the internet is. I'll tell you, Fortnite's taking over the world. It's taking over the world in a big bad way.
I know that but I had always heard, or recently I'd heard that PUBG was still the top in terms of like users and all that stuff.
No,
they might like Fortnite be maybe making more money, but I thought that PUBG had more of a user base.
It's actually,
and maybe I'm wrong.
They're actually slowly bleeding. And
that's what I was thinking was if that's the case, if PUBG is kind of falling to the wayside, then there is room for that realistic kind of shooter
that you can kind of
game to get in there, because of the fact of like with Fortnite, that it's just like cartoony, 110%. It's just a cartoon game. Yeah. So I feel like if PUBG is really doing that badly, then I feel like they need to. Are they still in beta?
No, they're not. I know they're out of beta on PC. I think they're still in beta on Xbox. I don't know. Sean Capri will tell me. Actually, Sean, look at it while you're driving in your car. Pull out your phone. But yeah, I think they're still kind of in beta. It's weird.
Yeah. So really quick, I kind of looked up like what the Fortnite numbers are.
Yeah.
And as of July 13th, which was a little while ago, Fortnite numbers are at least 40 million players a month and over 3 million concurrent users.
Oh, Jesus.
That was a couple weeks ago, so I don't think PUBG's even close.
Now, you see right here, this is why Kyle's the greatest co-host, Bobby, right? And all the land, even. He's just the best, because he just fills
Don't steal my stuff. First off, Sean Capri is the greatest co-host in all the land.
Well, so here's the thing. I have an issue, because when I lead Kyle in, I'm like, what is the perfect PlayStation way of leading Kyle in of my co-host? And it's always greatness awaits. So I'm like, well, greatness awaits. Great, I don't know. But with that, because Kyle's the best co-host, our next story, I want to talk about it, but guys, I gotta go to the bathroom real bad. So you guys talk amongst yourself for just literally like a minute. I'll be right out. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
What the hell is going on here?
I know exactly what's going on, Bobby, and you're in for a treat. If you're listening to this, you might want to check out the video version of this show.
The video version, the first thing I would say is he needs to clean up over there.
Yeah, see, I told you, you're in for a treat.
What?
So please go head over to the video version.
What the fuck is this? Are you kidding me right now, dude?
Hi, Bobby. Long time. So I did something special. I knew I'd be on tonight. And Joe was in the bathroom taking a big crap. So I'm your neighborhood spider bit, and I gotta tell you,
it's almost like Joe should probably use the bathroom before coming on the show, because it happens often.
You would think,
right?
Yeah, you would think. But I knew I was coming on the show, and I knew that usually when I'm in this bit, when I'm here in the neighborhood, I have to read something, and I can't with this mask. Tony hasn't made me a better mask yet. Guys, my game, Spider-Man for the PlayStation 4, you guys talked about it last week being the most beautiful console you ever done seeing in your life. It's gone gold. It's finished.
Yay!
Man, it's complete. And, I just have one question for you guys. If I can get this mask fit. Okay. Who would win in a fight? Spider-Man or Batman, or why is it me?
Oh my god.
Oh my Is that the real question, Spider-Man? Who would win in a fight?
Yeah. I got a lot of stuff in my mouth. This mask really.
you used to a lot of stuff in your mouth, so that's understandable.
Whoa! You're confusing me with the wrong guy in latex.
No, not. Hands down, Batman. Batman never loses. That's simple. Why are we even having this discussion?
I got spider senses.
I don't care what you have.
I mean, I'm sorry, Spider-Man, but I'm leaning Batman as well.
What?
He's smart. He'll figure out the Spidey sense thing.
Exactly. Right? You worry about your spider senses.
Yeah.
I got webs.
Yeah, so does he.
I got.
He's got
his
bat
self, not his hands.
And shark repellent and all this other cool stuff.
Yeah, but I may or may not have parents. Right?
Son of a bitch.
Right? You got a butler. I got an. I have people that care about me.
Yeah.
I got a hot girlfriend. Mary. Oh, sorry. I don't know how to transition out of that one.
Mm-hmm.
But I got girls that they're like, ooh, Spider-Man. You're all downtrodden. I would, dude. I'm more aerobic.
I can't take this motherfucker serious. What the
fuck?
You know what the best part is, Bobby? When Spider-Man first came on the show, he started breathing in the residue from the inside of his mask, and it made him choke for a good 5 minutes.
And now, so the thing with this mask is now that I've breathed in all the residue, there is no more anymore.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's just, so you know what? And of course, I don't know Joe personally. He's never seen me without the mask. He just takes pictures.
He's always taking a crap.
Dude, he has really bad irritable bowel syndrome. It's real bad. That's actually Joe's superpower. It's irritable bowel syndrome. So you know what? I feel like just because Spider-Man's gone gold, I'm gonna close out the show. So usually I say, what do you guys want to plug? But I'm gonna do me first, if you guys don't mind. Sure. First off, my game's gone gold, so go over to GameStop because they're gonna really need it after this episode. And pre-order it. September 7th, it comes out. We got the limited edition. You got the consoles, right? It's awesome. I'm also in this little movie called Infinity War. I'm pretty much the star of it. It's actually just now out on digital. And then I got Spider-Man Enter the Spider-Verse. That's coming out sometime in December. Not a hard date. And then we have the Venom movie. You know what, guys? I don't feel so good.
And just like that, with a snap of his fingers, Spider-Bit's gone.
Hey guys, I'm sorry about that.
You're a little sweaty there. Was it a rough one in there?
Yeah, man, it was a battle. Let me tell you something. Woo!
Once again, you missed Spider-Bit, Joe.
What? Oh, he was here?
Yeah, he was.
That's real weird. You think he'd be like he'd save a cat out of the tree or something? Yeah. Well, did he just come on here, talk for a second, and then just start promoting all of the movies and games he's in?
100%. He just came here to promote stuff.
Wow.
That was shit.
Classic Spider-Bit. Hey, Bobby, I got a question for you. Now that we're going to end the show, where can they find you?
Go to nintendoguru.com and you'll find everything you need to know about me over there.
I like that. Very subtle.
Good God. What is wrong with you? You could have warned me before I come on to see that shit.
No.
Like, come on. Oh my God.
Absolutely not, Guru. Absolutely not.
Oh, that was horrible.
I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, go over. Go to Bobby's channel, the Nintendo Guru on YouTube. Seriously, it's because of him this show even exists. So please go over there. Give him all the likes. Give him all the shares. Give him all the subscribes. Because he's, dude, holy crap. The work you've been putting out is not just the best work you've ever done, but some of the best I've seen on the internet. Far better than what I could ever do. So please go over to Bobby's channel.
You missed me falling off the ladder today is my intro.
God, I can't wait. So go, because you know Bobby's going to have a real bad back. He's going to be achy in the morning. Kyle, where can they find you?
You can find me at WhoDatNinja73 on Twitter and PSN. You can find my show all about the kind of funny community called Best Friends Talk Funny. New episode went live today with one of the kind of honeys from the community. The show you can now find on Spotify, which is pretty cool. So you can look for it there, iTunes, Google Play, all that jazz. And you can follow the Twitter account at BFS Talk Funny.
Hey, Kyle, really weird. I just got this text. And Spider-Bit said, hey, glad to be on the show. My game comes out. Come on, I don't care about your game. He says, on the week that the game comes out, would you like to do a Best Friends Talk Funny episode with him?
Sure. I would love to have Spider-Bit on the show.
I would love to see him for 40 minutes to an hour be in that mask.
Yeah.
With that, you can follow me at Mr. Badbit on Twitter. You can find this show at Badbit Games on YouTube. You can find the show also on iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, wherever there's a podcast feed, except for Stitcher because they're real weird. Please rate us 5 stars, listen to the show, subscribe. You don't know how much it helps and how much it means to us. Again, I saw Grouchy Surge like 2 weeks ago. I downloaded iTunes just to give you guys 5 stars. You do not understand how much that means that you guys go out there and do it. It's awesome. And so with that has been the Trophy Room. Keep hunting and keep playing PlayStation. out.